Tesla is offering 0.99% financing only on Model Ys and only for a limited time. Right now, owning a Model Y is cheaper than it's ever been. They also added a new variant of the Model Y, the long-range rear-wheel drive, which is the cheapest and has the most range. So, should you buy now or should you wait? Let's talk about that. So between right now and the end of May, Tesla is offering 0.99% financing on all Model Ys. They've offered plenty of discounts and incentives before, but this may be the biggest incentive yet. And this applies to all Model Ys, including the long-range rear-wheel drive I just mentioned. So let's go through what the Model Y lineup looks like right now. The Model Y Performance starts at $51,490, $43,990 after the tax credit. It has 279 miles of range and has a 3.5 second 0 to 60. The Model Y long-range all-wheel drive starts at $47,990, $44,990 after the tax credit, and it has 310 miles of range with a 4.8 0 to 60. And finally, the Model Y long-range rear-wheel drive starts at $44,490, which is $37,490 after the tax credit, 320 miles of range, and a 0 to 60 of 6.5 seconds. Now, I'm not going to go into details about the tax credit, but if you're an individual who makes under $150,000 a year, you most likely qualify, which means you can take $7,500 right off the purchase price of the Model Y. So with the 0.99% limited time financing offer from Tesla, let's see what some of these monthly payments would actually look like. And you can play with these numbers on the Tesla website yourself, but I'm going to start with the down payment of $4,500 with a 72-month loan. I'm going to assume you qualify for the tax credit, and I'm going to include the temporary 0.99 APR financing. And I'm not going to include any potential gas savings. So in this scenario, the Model Y Performance would be $589 a month. The Model Y Long Range All-Wheel Drive would be $539 a month. And the Model Y Long Range Rear Wheel Drive would be $496 a month. So in this scenario, you can buy a Model Y with $4,500 down for less than $500 a month, which is crazy. But let's play with these numbers a little bit more and see what we can do with the down payment of $10,000. So same as before, but an increased down payment. We have the Model Y Performance starting at $510 a month. The Model Y Long Range All-Wheel Drive starting at $460 a month. And the Model Y Long Range Rear Wheel Drive starting at $417 a month. Which again is crazy for the best-selling vehicle in the world. If you're gonna trade in a vehicle and you can get pretty good value for it, you can get a Model Y for pretty cheap. Now I have kind of a curveball to throw at you as well. If you go to Tesla's website and you go to the inventory, you'll see the Model Ys that I just mentioned, and you'll also see another variant, a rear-wheel drive Model Y that has 260 miles of range. And this one is actually cheaper than all of the other ones. Now to my knowledge, they're not making these Model Ys anymore, but Elon Musk did say himself with a post on X that these Model Ys, which are still available in inventory, will be able to add 40 to 60 miles of range with a $1,500, $2,000 software upgrade in the future, which would essentially make them the current long-range rear-wheel drive, but cheaper. These Model Ys start at $42,990, or after tax credit, $35,490. So if we take this Model Y and throw it in the scenario before with the $10,000 down payment and the 0.99% financing, this monthly payment would be $388 a month, which is insane for the best-selling vehicle in the world. Not the best-selling EV in the world, the best-selling vehicle in the world. But I do want to say this software update that Elon Musk mentioned, it's no guarantee this actually comes to fruition and is in the future Model Ys. But if you don't need that much range and you're okay with 260 and potentially more, this definitely will be the cheapest option for you. And with all that, if you do decide to pull the trigger on a Model Y, you will need some accessories like floor mats, screen cover, windshield cover, and we have links to all the stuff that we have in our Model Y that we own and recommend down below in the description of this video. So if this is the cheapest that the best-selling vehicle in the world has ever been and you're in the market for it, why should you even wait? And there's two reasons why I could think of it might be worth waiting. The first is that Tesla has so many Model Ys sitting in the inventory that need to be sold. So much so, they've been offering discounts and incentives like these for the past few months. This 0.99% financing is probably, in my opinion, the best discount yet to date, but who knows what Tesla might offer in the future. Tesla is known for offering crazy incentives and discounts for end of quarter and end of year sales, and next month is June, which is the end of Q2, so who knows what they have coming next month. And secondly, if you've been living under a rock the past few months, the Model 3 and Model Y have been very identical for as long as they've been around, except for the Model 3 being refreshed just a few months ago. And Tesla did so good on this Model 3 refresh, people are literally calling it a mini Model S. It looks so much better and it has a ton of new features like ventilated seats, a rear screen, better suspension, and a quieter cabin, just to name a few. And we actually have a whole video comparing the old Model 3 versus the refreshed Model 3 if you want to check that out. But with that being said, it's no secret that the Tesla Model Y is due for a refresh sometime soon. But I want to be clear that none of this is actually confirmed by Tesla. There's rumors and many believe that the Model Y will once again be just like the Model 3 in the very near future, including some of the updates that I talked about that are in the refreshed Model 3. And people speculate that this will be sometime towards the end of this year or early next year, but again, there are no features confirmed, there's no timeline officially confirmed by Tesla. And I will say, when the new Model 3 came out, the refreshed version, the older Model 3s were quickly and heavily discounted. And I would expect the same for the Model Y, but who knows when that would actually be. So with all that being said, should you buy a Model Y right now? I will say, if we didn't just buy a Model Y a few months ago, I would absolutely pull the trigger on the long-range rear-wheel drive Model Y. This discount is insane, especially considering car rates today, which are astronomical. The monthly payments are so low. It is such a deal for the best-selling vehicle in the world. If we waited for a refreshed Model Y, we'd still be pumping gas into a Honda Civic and paying for repairs that it needed, and money would be flowing out of our pockets. However, I understand if you're not in immediate need for a new car, it might make sense to wait for the refresh, especially if some of those features that are in the new Model 3 sound important and are valuable to you, like the ventilated seats sound great to us living here in Vegas. But again, who knows how long that will be, and you just need some patience for it. But I do want to mention one more thing too on behalf of the refreshed Model Y. Keep in mind, there's no guarantee that the refreshed Model Y will be the same price as the current Model Ys. In fact, Model Ys were about $70,000 just 2 years ago. Now I doubt it'll be back to that high because all new car prices were crazy just 2 years ago, but there definitely will be demand for a new refreshed Model Y whenever it comes out. So I hope some of this information helps you decide if the Model Y is right for you right now or if you should wait. Like I said many times, it's the best-selling vehicle in the world, and that's for a reason. This is a very good price, almost a steal, to get this car right now. And if and when the refreshed Model Y comes out, it'll just be a better version of what's already the best car in the world, so there's no shame in getting the second best car in the world for a really great price. So thank you all for watching. If you have any questions or if you have any information yourself on the new Model Ys that may be coming out, the refresh model, I'd love to hear it down in the comments. Leave them down below. And as always, catch you in the next one.